Hey, 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 we are here. Happy New Year to my
Happy
friends.
New Year.
And it's
Yes,
a little
Happy New
bit,
Year.
yep, yep. So it's actually the second for me and Rose. It's the third for Lindy. And for anyone who doesn't know Rose, we are so excited to have Rose here. Rose joined me one time when Lindy couldn't make it, but this is the first time that we have her here when Lindy is here.
Yes, first
So
time we've met, so nice to see you.
Absolutely. Nice to
yeah,
see you too,
absolutely.
Lindy.
Absolutely. And I want to before I forget, I want to ask Lindy to share the significance of today. So for you it's January 3rd and you were telling us what is significant about today for you. So love to have you share that.
Yes, today is my third year anniversary. So 3 years today. Yeah, it was supposed to be a New Year's resolution, and I failed within an hour. And then I kept trying, and it didn't happen until the third. So the third is my lucky day. So if you fail on the first, like it's only the second for you guys, just keep going. You can do it. So
That's
third
right.
for me is our lucky day.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And Rose is my Washington neighbor. She lives in Tacoma and I live in Snohomish. So we're not like neighbors, but we are close enough to where we can go to meetups and together. And she's got a meetup scheduled for us here in the Pacific Northwest for January the 19th, which I'm excited to go to. I'll be back from Arizona by then. I get back from Arizona on the 16th, so I'll be able to share with you all the news from Arizona. But I'd love to have Rose do a quick intro and share a little bit about you.
Oh, hi guys. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm uber excited because I love to work out. So I can go on and on and on about carnivore working out and the benefits, right? But I'm Rose AJ. I live in Tacoma, Washington, as Lynn said. And I've been a carnivore since January of 2020. But like you, Lindy, there's a couple of things that I started and relapsed. And the only reason that I came into carnivore was because the ketogenic diet didn't serve me well, right? So we have to try and try again until we get it right. So for me, I've had a lifelong issues with food, with mental health, and the whole nine. And it's only been since 2018 when I hit my ultimate rock bottom, midlife crisis, perimenopause, the whole nine, that I finally, kind of drug myself up by my bootstraps and got it together. So I'm happy to be here. And exercise, of course, has played a huge, huge role in my life as far as providing me an outlet. It's kind of like my therapy on a daily basis. So, yeah. So that's all about me. And I'm 57.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that we are all in our 50s. So
Yeah.
we are looking at exercise for the 50 plus women. And I'm 56. I know, Lindy, you are 53, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're all in our 50s and we're looking at now, Rose, you have I know I've interviewed you on my channel and I know you've interviewed me on your channel. And I absolutely love Rose's story because to me, it is an incredible story of how carnivore is so important for our brain because Rose you'd lost like over 100 pounds, right? Not doing
Yeah.
carnivore or
Well, not necessarily doing carnivore, but I was on the
and
standard
not
American
doing
diet.
carnivore on a different way of eating.
Well, I was compulsively counting calories and
Mhm.
exercising, and I had like maybe a 10-year span where I was somewhat stable with the 110-pound weight loss. But the thing about it is that I was completely obsessed. And I
Mhm.
kept being triggered by the foods that I was eating, obviously. So it was a vicious cycle. But with carnivore, I was at 238.8 and I dropped down to 170 with
Wow.
keto and carnivore. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
and 170, okay, share with us, how tall are you?
So I'm 6 feet and that's kind of lean for me. So
Very.
my perfect weight is 180. And that's where I kind of like to ride without any
Yeah.
effort. And 170, I have to pay a little bit more attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So I just wanted to put the weight in perspective because you're not 5'2".
No, no.
and weighing 170. Yes, which would probably still be overweight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rose is very fit. I've hung out with her. She's tall and lean and in very good shape. So I look at you a little bit like a role model for me of what you
Thank you.
can be as a woman in your mid
Mhm.
50s, and if you put the effort in. So I'm so happy to have you here. We got a few people here making some comments. I wanted to say hi.
Hi,
Belgian
BK.
Carnivore. Hi, happy
Yeah.
new year. Hi from Lizzie. Hello.
Hi.
Lisa Rich. Hi from Idaho. My sons are home on break, so I'll probably end up watching the replay. That's fine. Hi, so glad that you're here. Awesome. 54180 is my goal. Yeah. So, we have to kind of all set our own goals, right? So I
Can
would
I?
be, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to share something about weight. So I was sharing with some people the other day that I was looking through Facebook. You know how people have before and after stories and whatnot. And this one person caught my attention in this Facebook group because she's African American. She's 6 feet like I am, and she's considerably younger. But she was saying that she started out the year at like 262 or something like that. And now she's down to 200 pounds. And I'm like, she doesn't look like she weighs 200 pounds. She looks like
Yeah.
more like 160, 170. And she was just saying how proud she was of her weight and yada, yada, yada. And then I was like, I need to stop beating myself up because I give myself a certain window to stay in. And it just dawned on me that, I think of weight as being one of the standards of me keeping myself up in aesthetics and all that good stuff in health. But I'm 57 and I'm like, girl, chill, just chill. So sometimes when we see numbers and we do comparisons, it's not a good thing, right? It's not a good
Yeah.
thing. And being women over 50, we have to give ourselves grace. And that was a lesson that I learned or was reminded of.
Yeah. But words from the wise there. So yeah, absolutely. And we are all very, like you said, we're all very individual, and there's other things like how much natural muscle mass you have, your bone density, the weight of your organs. I mean, there's a lot that goes into our cells structurally. Some
Mm.
people are complaining about a weight that their way now, nobody in the carnivore community, but I hear other people outside of the carnivore community, they're complaining about being 130 pounds, and I'm like, I don't think my skeleton is 130 pounds. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, so
And then I've got the other issue. I have so much loose skin that I'm never going to reach a goal weight with all this loose skin hanging off me. So
that's
it's
right.
just, yeah. So as long as I sort of get into the double figures, like we're in kilos here. So as long as I can get under 100, which is still very overweight for a 5'4" person, I'm like, I don't care. The number is what it is. I just want to be in the double digits, not triple. So that's my goal. And then
Mhm.
just, yeah, as long as I'm not in pain and I can do what I need to do, I'm not lagging behind when we go for walks with my family and holding up things and not worried about breaking chairs and all that, then I'm happy. So, yeah,
Yeah,
simple goals.
functionality. Yeah, functionality is a huge component. And I know that from both Lindy and I's perspective, we were not functional. So that's a huge way of measuring progress. And
Mm.
yeah, not breaking chairs, not having to worry about sitting in chairs. I'm
Yeah, and just walking in general and not
Mhm.
being worried about people looking at you and just feeling like I'm one of the crowd, like
Yeah,
blending in with everyone else and not the freak in the room. So yeah,
yeah,
that's a huge thing.
absolutely.
So,
And I know one of my goals that I had set, like non-scale goals that I had set last year, I met it as far as the sitting in the chairs and, not needing to worry about the chairs. But the specific goal when I first brought it up had to do with being able to go get my hair done and sit in the hairdresser's chair and not, because, there's these like chairs on this little pole, right? And I always feel like, first of all, am I going to fit? Am I going to break it? Is it going to fall over? And so I actually have my first hair appointment since I've become carnivore today. And so I actually get to check that off the list, even though I know I'm fitting in other chairs. I'm able to ride in, economy section in an airplane. And it's like, I stated it specifically. So, yeah, I'm actually going to be able to do that today. My daughter had been cutting my hair and, but yeah, so we're flying out in the morning to Arizona for the Arizona meetup. And I'm like, my hair, I had lost a lot of hair and it looks thick, right? But the bottoms are very, very thin because it's grown out. And so I'm like really needing a haircut but I'm going to get it colored too. So the next time you see me, I don't know, I may be blonde like Lindy.
Whoa, hot mama.
So my natural hair color before was blonde like Lindy. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I may go light again. So we'll see. We had to be determined. But I wanted to, Lindy and we've been doing this how long now? Since last June or early
Yeah,
July?
July, because we
Yeah,
met in Texas in June, and then I was just home before my birthday. So
that's
July,
right. So
yeah.
we've been a half a year. We've been working on these fitness challenges. And we have had some months are good, some months are not so good. We've had life circumstances, kind of interfering, health
Couple
issues.
of a couple of the
Yeah.
challenges we were like, oh, we can do this, and they were too hard.
Yeah.
So,
And choosing the challenges. Yes. A couple of them were really hard. And
yeah.
so we've been really feeling out like what we're learning,
Mhm.
what we can do at our fitness level and what is still too hard for us. So our goal, of course, is to continue to increase our fitness without injuring ourselves because we had been so long without doing anything and just being very sedentary.
Yeah.
So I thought bringing you on first of the year would be a really great way of, first of all, helping us with inspiration, helping us set realistic goals. I know one of the things I struggle with, and Linda, you can share what you struggle with too, but one of the things I struggle with is just consistency and motivation. So I don't know
Okay.
about you, Lindy, if that's a struggle for you too, or
Yeah, absolutely. I get stuck into work. I work a lot. I work from home. Everything's email and internet based. And once I sit down and start working, I don't stop. And like if I go to the toilet or get a drink, I was trying to make it like an effort to do a little bit of rebounding. Or I've bought a walking pad. The walking pad's still sitting in the other room. I've hardly used it. I've used it maybe a handful of times. Just trying to get into sort of some kind of routine and prioritize that movement over coming back to work, because work is still going to be here. But yeah, I just like when I'm on the treadmill or doing anything, all I can think about is work. It's like I can't switch my brain off, and then I end up giving up and coming back to work. So yeah, that's hard.
So
But I've
let's
now look, the bed's gone. I now have the treadmill in here because I had a
oh,
single bed here and we have maybe I can count the number of times somebody comes to visit and sleep in that bed on one hand, like 3 maybe days a year. I've got somebody in that bed, and I'm like, that's wasted space. They can go, they can sleep on the couch. I don't care. Like seriously, this is going to be my room, and I thought if I have it here. I can put my music videos on, and I want to really make an effort to use it. So it's all in this room. Time out, like I don't know. That's my new thing for this year, to make this my space and have everything here so it's easy and doesn't give me any excuses. So I don't know if that's going to work, but
So this is what I want to say to you ladies. You got to use it or you're going to lose it. That's number one. It doesn't matter what you do, but you got to use it or you're going to lose it, right? And what's your why? Why do you ladies want to move and incorporate exercise into your daily, weekly routine? What's your biggest why, Len and Lindy?
Strength for me. I'm very weak. My legs are weak. My back is weak. I need to strengthen core muscles. Open jars is weak. I have lost a lot of muscle. Yeah, and that scares me because as I get older, I'm just going to continue losing to the point where I'm not going to be able to function at all. So I need to strengthen.
Yeah, and I think for me, it is strength as well because I know how important it is for us to have strong muscles as we age. Um, but I think for me, I feel like now that I've lost over 100 pounds, I feel like I have a lot to make up for as far as things that I haven't been able to do my whole adult life. And I was becoming crippled pretty quickly. And so that scared me when I was really struggling just to walk. And so for me, the motivation is to get my body resilient so I can actually go out and do things without injuring myself. Because before, every time I would go out and I would even attempt to exercise, I was always injuring something. Yeah, so I just want to live life and I want to be able to enjoy activities, outdoor activities without worrying about injury and knowing that I'm strong enough to do it.
So then that means you guys have to pay the piper, right? You guys got to put the work in. It's not that we want to do the work. I don't always want to do the work, to be quite candid, as much as I love to exercise, right? But I know that investing now will be a payoff later. They don't, the motivation will never show up. It's just what you do. It's a part of your grind. It's a part of your work day. It's a part of being a human, right? So as far as motivation, I'm just like Nike. You just got to do it. You got to do it. Because summer's going to
So
come, spring is going to come. We're going to keep aging. And if you don't invest now with the awareness that you guys have and that you want to do it, when will you do it?
it's never going to get easier.
No, no.
Yeah, and we're getting older every day. So we're never going to get
Yeah.
younger and it's never going to get easier.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because I guess I've been maybe hoping that the motivation will set in. So what I'm hearing from you is cut that out because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
just have to do it. Do you find that you do get motivation if you actually take those steps and start a workout that you've the drudgery, maybe if it feels like drudgery goes away once you get moving?
Sometimes it doesn't, to be quite honest, Lynn. Sometimes it
Okay.
doesn't. It's like medication. If I took medication every day, I know that the benefits would be in that medication or that multiple vitamin by me taking it. I don't want to take it. I don't want to floss my teeth. I don't want to brush. I just want to chill, right? It
Mhm.
doesn't all the drudgery or I have to do this. It doesn't always go away during a workout, but 90% of the time it does, right?
Okay.
You just got to put the shoes on and get to wherever you're going, whether it's outside your door or for you, Lindy, on your treadmill while you're watching a YouTube video or listening to music. You just got to do it. And even if it sucks, you're in a better position doing that than you were a year or two ago when you weren't able to do that. Right?
And
Yeah,
would you recommend sticking to a schedule? So plan at eight
absolutely.
o'clock every morning. That's my treadmill time and block it out. And yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
And so for me, my day begins at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm at the gym between 4:45 and 5. So I work out and shower before I go to work. So I invest in me before I invest in anyone else. Because my workouts at the end of the day look totally different than the beginning of the day, right? I have more energy. I'm like zapped, I'm rested, all that good stuff ready to go. So if you invest in yourself at the best part of your day, that's a good thing. Like no matter what, I need to walk for 10 minutes. No matter what, I need to take a break at 12 o'clock, whatever your schedule is, no
Mhm.
matter what.
So it's the best part of your day. I'm imagining that would vary for each individual, or is there, statistically speaking, is there a time that tends to be best for people?
The best time to work out is when you know that you're going to be able to work out. Do you know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not everybody's a morning person. Some people are midday people, and some people are 6 o'clock people. You just have to recognize what's your best time of the day when you have the best energy or availability that
Yeah,
you can
lots
do
of
it
times I get a
consistently.
second wind later at night. And so, yeah, so I know last time you and I were on here and we talked, I was feeling like, oh, I should be working out earlier in the day. And I remember you told me, hey, you know what? If you don't get the energy until until like 10 o'clock at night, just do it then. And
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, that was really helpful because I always felt like I hear people talk about how, oh, you're supposed to be winding down to go to sleep, but I would be like, that's when my energy would kick in.
Yeah,
And so, I don't know, working, doing a workout at that time, maybe that sets me up for sleep better because I actually use the energy instead of be wired all evening.
absolutely. Absolutely. So you can do it, commit to it for like maybe 2 days a week or 3 days a week or something like that, and just take it day by day or however you want to do it, but to see if it actually work out for you. Yeah.
Okay, so not necessarily setting a daily goal.
Well, I mean, I'm very data and goal oriented, right? I'm like, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it no matter what. But if you say you're going to do something and you give yourself grace, and it doesn't have to be on that exact day, so long as you get it done within the week, if those are your expectations for yourself, then do it the
Yeah.
way you see that it needs to be done.
I know we started our first challenge that we did. We started it out with, and first of all, it was probably one of the hardest ones we've done, which was our arm flab
Hello.
our arm flab challenge, where we were doing this arm workout that was so hard. And that was a learning experience though, because we were doing it every day. And then we were realizing, oh my goodness, it's like harder the next day because it's like, oh, we're so sore. And then uh, you know, we were setting so many unrealistic goals for ourselves. So I think I continue to do that. I think that's part of my problem is not really knowing what a realistic goal is. So with the arm flab challenge, I had set a goal to be able to finish the whole thing. The goal is to not put your arms down, because the whole
Mhm.
arm flab challenge, your arms are up doing something. And it was what, about 15 minutes, Lindy?
Yeah,
And they were
yeah.
hard. They were hard. I mean, the goal, they were not easy. Um, 10 different extra arm exercises. And so I set a goal to be able to do the whole thing without putting my arms down by the end of the month. And there is no way. I learned, forget it. I gave up on that goal. That is not going to happen. I soon learned that I had to just do as much as I could and then stop. And then I could maybe, watch it for a few minutes and then do it again, or pause and do it again. By the end of the month, I was perfectly content with doing half of it.
There you go. There you go. So you learned a lot during that month, right?
Oh yeah.
You learned a lot. Yeah. What about you, Lindy? How did it go for you?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I found it a struggle, and some of the moves I couldn't do because I have a lot of real estate here. So I had to sort of the prayer move and putting your elbows together, and my
Oh
lady
yeah.
part sort of got in the
One of them was
way.
this. We had to put our elbows together like this
Look how
and go
beautifully she does that.
up
Yeah, I've
and
got
down
my
like that. Oh, it took me a while to be able to actually do that. But they had me
yeah.
doing
So
that
you
for what?
modified it to fit you, Lindy. You modified it to fit
Oh,
you.
I just did it as much better,
There you
my
go.
I couldn't get my elbows together. I still did the movement, but I just didn't look as graceful as they did on the video. So that's okay.
Yeah.
That's why I do this at home and don't go to a gym, because I'm in the privacy of my home and nobody's looking at me, so I can yeah, dance like no one's watching because they're not.
Yeah. Hey Beth,
So,
yes, I agree. Loves Rose's no nonsense approach. I agree.
you know, so can you guys give me a little backstory about how you guys came together to support each other and hold each other accountable on your movement and your fitness goals?
You want to go, you want to answer that one, Lindy?
Yeah, sure. We actually met in Austin, Texas back in June last year. Was it? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
June. And yeah, we just got talking. We were sitting on the couch one day and just having a little bit of a chat because we haven't really had much to do with each other before that, had
Right.
we? So we just got on like a house on fire. It was just so cool, and we talked about what we were planning, and I don't know how we got onto the arms. I think we got onto loose skin and how we want to strengthen ourselves, and it just happened. We just thought, oh, let's do an arm flap challenge, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
the next month was like, let's do something else. We'll work on our legs, and I think we did some kind of I can't remember what we did now. Was it Get Fit with Rick or something like that? So,
Yeah, we
yeah.
just really hit it off, and when we met, we were all staying that we were there with the Healing Humanity team, and Lindy was there too with Stick and Butter Gang, but we were all staying in the same Airbnb for 10 days. Yeah, and so we had a really good opportunity to spend a lot of time together and talk,
Yeah.
and we're close in age, and most of the people there were guys, men, and so there was only a few of us women there. So yeah, but the second part of your question was, how do we hold each other accountable?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, because we have been doing weekly check-ins, and I just wanted to get feedback. If you think that that's an okay approach, or do you feel like we need to be like off camera checking in with each other more frequently?
So I would say do whatever works for you. If you guys are, doing it on camera once a week, and that's great, that's great. But if you feel as though you need more support, I would suggest texting every day. I know you're a day ahead, Lindy, but I would suggest saying, hey, how are you doing today? I just finished my workout, or what do you plan on doing today? I would suggest doing it more on the daily, and then catch up live together like you normally do. Because if I know that Lynn is going to check on me to say, did you do X, Y, and Z? I'm going to do it and get it over with.
Yeah.
I know that her text or her email is coming, and I can't tell an untruth, right?
It's true, because when I started carnivore, I signed up for coaching because like I couldn't do it. I was failing every other day. And then if I knew I had to meet my coaches at the end of the week, I didn't want to tell them, oh, I had a, plate of pasta or something like that. So that really kept me accountable, because I was frightened of my coaches. So yeah, and here I
Why
am
would
3
you be
years
afraid of
later.
me?
Because I don't want to let you down.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to let my coaches down. Like I don't put myself first, which is a very bad thing. I should be putting myself first and doing this for myself, but I'm not there yet. So if I've got somebody that is there that, I love, a friend, I don't want to let that person down. So that's what works for me. I'm just one of those people, I guess, people pleaser.
So why aren't you putting yourself first?
Oh, that's always been me. So that's something I'm trying to work on. Just, I guess that self-love is not there yet. It's getting there, like I'm getting better at it. But it's not sustainable for me right now because I haven't hit that goal. But it is a work in progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just put it this another way. You're the only one that can move your body, strengthen your body, and do whatever you need to do to prepare yourself for getting older, right? To walk on your own, to do whatever you want to do, to be with your grandchildren, walk on the beach, whatever it is. You're the only person that can do that. And sometimes it takes being so selfish to be selfless, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't want to be incapacitated in having someone provide care for you if it could be avoided, right?
Oh,
So
look,
if you're
I'd never let that happen. But then my
right, that's
mind
what I'm
just says
saying.
I'd rather not be here, and that's a bad place to be as well. That's why I need to have somebody there that Sorry, I get upset talking about
It's
this.
okay. It's okay. I got you, girl. But what I'm saying to you is when I had hit my rock bottom, literally my rock bottom, the only thing that I had going for me, because I was obsessed with exercise, because it's therapeutic for me. Does that make sense? That was one of the things that helped me to pull through. But also through injuries from running and weightlifting and stuff, I had injuries and I still kept going. And it dawned on me that if I keep going overboard, I'm going to be in a predicament where somebody will have to take me to doctor's appointments and will have to help me go up the stairs and will have to help me cook, right? So it's kind of the same scenario. I needed to slow it down and feel my feelings and deal with the ish I had going on. And for you, if you don't want someone to provide all the care for you and you wouldn't rather be here, versus that, then that's telling me, and probably telling Lynn and the audience as well, that if you take a few minutes every day, it'll get easier and easier and easier, right? Make hard decisions right now. Hard decisions, because I'm going to tell you, you're not lazy. None of us are lazy. None of us are lazy.
Yeah.
We pulled our shit together and got most of our shit together. Nobody could lose the weight for you, Lindy. Nobody could lose it for you or me, Lynn, right? Nobody could do that. And exercise is the same.
Right.
And
Right.
there's so
Your
many benefits.
your 500 pounds was all you,
Yes.
Lindy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It is.
Yes.
I'm very proud of myself for that.
Absolutely.
But now, and that's sustainable now. I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that. But now I'm working on this fitness side of it. And that's all another struggle. And I will get there, but it will take time. Yeah.
And then if you take the word fitness out of the equation and just use something like natural daily movement, because we've got to move, right?
Yeah.
So if you replace it with words like that are more realistic, natural daily movement, and then maybe a year from now, you can consider the words fitness, strength training, yada, 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 but make it more realistic for where you're currently at, Lindy and Lynn.
Yeah.
Natural daily movement.
I like
It's not
that.
an option, it's a requirement.
So if we're looking at this as natural daily movement, what I'm hearing is that we're going to be feeling like we're succeeding in that as long as we are increasing how much we're naturally moving each day. So we're not spending as much time sitting. We're up doing things. So and for me that's good, because that would include things like, cleaning my house, taking the dog for a walk. When the weather gets nice, maybe doing some gardening.
Yeah.
And
I think that's frightening as well. Like when you think of working out, or everyone says you've got to be in the gym for an hour at a time and really hitting it, and that scares me. I can't do that. So I think keeping it simple and doing lots of little bits throughout the day. Like even if I can do 2 minutes on a treadmill is 2 minutes more than I would have done if I didn't jump on it. And that's the mindset I'm trying to. And then if I add those 2 minutes up at the end of the day, and maybe it's 5 minutes, hopefully get a half an hour in, or work on the steps. I don't know. This one actually counts my steps for me. So, so I've got the distance and all that kind of stuff. So I can sort of make a goal, and then every day just try and increase it just by 50 steps or something.
But one thing Lindy and I learned about her in particular was, and this is something that I think hopefully you've worked through at this point, but in the course of these months that we've been doing this, we learned that she had it in her head. And was this during our first step challenge that you had to do like all your steps in one sitting, or
one of the things you were doing?
Yeah, like she was like demoralizing herself. Going, I got to do the whole thing in one shot, and she was failing from day after day because it was demoralizing. And so I think that we maybe need a little bit of extra encouragement on how to set realistic expectations for ourselves. I want to, before you answer that, I want to go through and just kind of catch up on some comments
Okay.
from people. So Cheryl says, I find if I don't go for a walk, if I just do it by the end of my walk, I feel better and I'm glad I did it. Same with any exercise I choose. I just have to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yes.
Cheryl.
So Lizzie says, Cheryl, I cry the whole time I'm getting my shoes. No. But I keep going after every walk. I'm loving myself by the next day, crying when I'm getting my shoes on.
I love that.
Oh my goodness. Simpson. Oh, hi, Simpson. I think she had to scoot out.
Hi.
I was about to head out and get some steps in, but perhaps I will do a setup or rebounder instead while watching. I hope you're still here. It's great to see Rose again. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. I'm heading to the gym. Okay. All right. That's great. You can still get those shoes on and get out there through your tears. Absolutely. Yes. So we had some love for Lindy when she got all choked up. So awesome. Okay. I think we're pretty caught up. So welcome. Okay. So yeah, so I wanted to kind of just pick your brain on how we can set ourselves up for success, just regarding not setting unrealistic expectations, but we don't want to undersell ourselves, we want to,
Right.
but we want to set things up so that we can feel like we've succeeded from day to day and not demoralize ourselves.
Right. So can I tell you a story from the time that I was probably around 30 or so until I was about 50? I would do macro workouts, meaning I would, run X amount of miles or hours, then hit my weights, and then do whatever. So I would do macro workouts and be spent, still go to work and be spent by the time I came home. Or if it was reversed, depending on the day of the week and whatnot. Macro workouts are no longer the real deal. So Lindy, you trying to get all your steps in at one time and then sit on the couch or, watch TV or just work for the rest of the day because your steps have already been done. That's no longer cool. We need micro workouts. So if you're shooting for like 5,000 steps a day, you can do a macro walk in the morning and get 1,500 and be mindful for the rest of the day. Do 2 minutes here, 5 minutes there, or whatever until your steps add up. But it's all in the micro workouts now, especially at our age, because we've got to stay lubricated. We've got to stay moving. And even for myself, I have to remind myself that, yes, I did it at the top of the day. Yes, I'm working with students all day, but I still have an evening workout or two to do. Does that make sense? So I'm not sitting or laying on the couch. So whatever you guys choose to do, just know that it's okay to do multiple sessions versus one big session a day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, we have decided that we're going to do another step challenge
Okay.
to start the
Yeah.
year off. And Lindy said she wanted to do that because she's got her walking pad now.
I've got a walking pad and I've got the treadmill behind me. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my mum's treadmill. She had that. I mean, she passed away, gosh, 15 years ago, and it's been sitting in my room. It's moved around the house. Trying to find a spot that I will actually use it. And I just, it was never motivated to do it. So hopefully now that this is my room, it's like the Lindy Den, everything's in here. So it's, I've made this room mine. And I just need to put some inspiration up for myself to keep myself motivated, put some nice affirmations on the wall or do something and, just work on myself and loving myself and getting my fitness up. Yeah, just looking for the future me. So
what actually motivates you, Lindy? What do you like? Do you like rewards? Do you like verbal praise? Do you like surprises, like little notes in the refrigerator that says, I'm proud of you? What gets you going?
I don't know. I like seeing other people happy. So it's never about me. So as long as everyone else is happy, that's what makes me happy. And I guess I would like people to be proud of me. So yeah, I don't know. It's a
So,
hard one. Yeah.
so maybe some positive words from people in your community and in your family. Does that kind of get you to
Yeah, I
smile?
need to know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I've always been put down a lot,
Yeah.
very low in confidence. So just having praise from other people, it does boost me up. Mm,
Yeah. Well, can I share with you, Lindy, that I am so proud. I'm so over the moon of you from what I've heard, from what I've seen on social media. And to have this opportunity to meet you virtually is quite an honor. And I am very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. And you've got it going on, girl. You have got it going on. Just keep doing your thing, baby. You've got it going on. Yes.
Yeah.
thank you.
Absolutely. And Lindy's going to inspire so many people. She's been filmed
Yes.
for our Healing Humanity documentary. And I think that people absolutely love Lindy, not just because of what you've accomplished, because what you've accomplished has been incredible, but because of your sweet spirit and because of you just the loving person that you are. And, you're the type of person that I think really draws people to you. Um, which of course is one reason why I absolutely adore Lindy, and we had such a connection. And I I definitely I would love to see you be able to learn to love yourself like other people love
Mm,
you, and see in yourself what other people see in you. And,
yeah.
and put yourself, like Rose said, to do for yourself what needs to be done so that you're serving you. Maybe, I don't know, does it help if you see it as like doing service to your future self if you work on it now?
I
And that
do.
would
I
be able to
I do
begin.
look ahead to the person that I want to be and be. I want to be confident. I want to be, um, yeah, loved. And I can
Mhm.
see myself in 5, 10 years, and I will get there. So I just need to look at that person a bit more and aim for that. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I watched an interview. I think maybe it was my husband that was watching this interview, and I was kind of watching it with him on the side. But this guy said something about how, how nowadays we've got all the AI that you can actually age your own face. And
Mm,
this person said that for people kind of did this experiment, I guess, where they had a picture of themselves as an old person, and they kept it where they could see it, and it really motivated them to serve that person and to do the best for that person. And I don't know if that might be helpful, to even go and upload your face and age it and say, this is future Lindy, and this is who I'm doing this for. I don't know if that would be helpful or not.
it's funny.
Well,
Michael did a little thing for me at New Year's Eve. We went out, me and my daughter and my husband, and went to the fireworks. And we took a beautiful photo of the three of us standing with the river behind us and all the tall buildings. It was a lovely photo. And I just sent it to the boys, like, Happy New Year. It's a photo of me and my
is that the one you
family.
sent me?
It is.
It was an awesome
Well,
picture. Yeah.
Michael did a little AI video from that photo. And so it starts off, I'll have to send you, like, it's only very short. I'll send it to
Okay.
you. Um, I don't know, somehow we come alive in this photo, and we both, all three of us, we go back and then we start dancing. But somehow I lost, like,
Oh,
50 pounds or 60 pounds. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. It was a little bit freaky to see, but just
yeah.
like your photo actually came alive and we're all dancing.
It's
And you
amazing
feel,
what can be
yeah,
done now. That's
okay,
awesome.
just put a few more kilos off and I'll be happy with it. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got some love here in the comments for
Oh,
you. Mia says, "Yes, you
oh,
are a beautiful soul. You are looking amazing, girl. So proud of you."
thanks, Mia.
Yeah, and Simpson says, "I've said it before and will again. You are loved in the community. So sweet." Boho Daisy says, "Yeah, Linda, you definitely made a change in our world. You're awesome." Beth, Linda, you're an inspiration to so many.
Oh, thanks,
Oh,
everyone.
Michael Todd video. Is that what is?
No, this one I haven't. If I send it to you, I don't know if you can
It's a
put it on.
different.
I
I
don't
can
know how
try
to.
it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We got Graham. Hey,
Hi.
Graham. Good to see
I,
you from South Africa. Happy New Year to you. So, yeah. So, oh, yeah. Send it to me and I'll see if I can pull it up.
It's
and
And
only
Lynn,
like 10 seconds. Yeah.
while she's doing that, what gets you going? What makes you feel loved and whatnot? And so if Lindy, if hers is words of praise or recognition, what would yours be?
oh, boy. That's a
You
tough
thought I,
question
you
for
thought I
me.
missed you on that one, huh?
I was kind of hoping. Oh, I don't know because I struggle a lot with motivation. Um, and I don't know if I figured it out yet. I don't know. Do you have any like tips or trying to drill down to help me figure out what gets me motivated?
Well, do you think maybe like if one of your kids came over and said, "Hey, it's a nice day out. Let's go for a walk," does that help? Or if your husband says, "I'll cook
Yeah,
dinner and clean up. Let's go do some bowling or skating or something like that," would that help?
it
Yeah,
does. Yeah, it does.
unexpected surprises like
Yeah,
that.
and I think knowing like if I have somebody that is to do the things with me, that definitely helps me. And
Okay.
now that you bring that up, and I've found that, like, for example, the times where my husband and I will go for walks together, and we have been doing that a lot more lately. The more we do it, the more I initiate it because it becomes enjoyable. And yeah, we've been taking, I mean, obviously it's been raining a lot lately, Washington, but in the little breaks between the rain, we have been taking some fairly significantly long walks
Okay.
and finding that I am definitely enjoying it. So yeah, that is one thing. Simpson says, yes, and I guess as a nurse, that
Mhm.
is true. It's hard when when you've been a caregiver to start thinking about yourself, you know. And with myself, I get stuck in the mentality of my decades of ill health and having
Mhm.
exercise intolerance and
Mhm.
having anaphylactic reactions to things. And for at least the first year of being carnivore, if I was going out anywhere, I always had to have what I call my rescue medications with me. I have them in a little pill thing. I'd stick it in my bra. You know, just because they're like rapid dissolve and chewable tablets that would stop a reaction, if I felt it coming on. And so I don't have to do that anymore. So that is good, but it's hard for me to get out of my head all of the decades of having to think that way. So that's a bit of a struggle. Yeah.
So maybe you can remind yourself verbally or write down a mantra somewhere that you're no longer that person who has those effects when you're exercising or doing certain activities, that it's
Right.
okay for you to do them, right?
I need to. I wonder if writing it down would help. I'm going to
It's
see if
just
I can
retraining your brain,
I'm going
retraining
to see
it.
if I'm going to see if I'm going to be able to present this thing that Lindy sent me.
There's
Here we
no
go.
sound or anything. It's just a 10-second short video that
It
he did
doesn't
on a
want it
diet.
doesn't yeah, let's see. It doesn't want me to I have to go to unlock the screen. I
I
always
think you can just play on QuickTime.
I pulled it
Yeah.
up. I pulled it up. It's just not letting me do it. I'm not very good at this. Let me go to system preferences. I'd love to be able to play it. Yeah, it's going to bump me out if I do. Sorry. I wish I could share it.
It's
I
all
could
good.
Yes, I know. The only thing I can think of is to share it by holding it up on my phone. I don't know if that'll work or not. Let's see if you guys can see.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Super
Lindy,
cute.
Lindy looks amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think that it's hard for me when what motivates me is
Mhm.
other people because I know I can't rely on other people. Like I can't say, okay, I'm putting my I'm needing you to do this so that I can succeed. I feel like I need to take ownership of my own success. So somehow I feel like I need to kind of get out of that and find a way to motivate myself without needing to have other people.
So if other people is what you need, maybe you can go like to the Y or Planet Fitness or somewhere where there are other people, like jazzercise class or something, like whatever you like to do, where you can go to a class and there'll be other people there, right?
Hmm.
They can support you and you can have fun. And then before you know it, they'll be like, where were you at last Wednesday?
Oh, so people will
Yeah.
actually start holding me accountable.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So you can spread the wealth with, people, and they can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
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 And you make new friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I've struggled with. Yes, as women, we are primarily the caregivers, so putting us first is difficult at times. You are so right. Definitely. Yeah, and meeting, like going out and putting myself out there socially has been challenging because of just all the, like, I mean, you know how it is, Lindy, when people are looking at you when you're really
Yeah,
obese and then I had the horrible rosacea with my face too. So it's like I didn't want to go and have people looking at my face and worried, like is she contagious or whatever. And so it's still after being a certain way for so long, I think it just takes we probably have to be more um, purposeful in telling ourselves things to get over this because I don't think it's just going to necessarily organically happen as quickly as we may want it to. Like I'm hoping that since my health has improved, I'll just organically lose that self-consciousness. But it really hasn't happened. It's hard to get that old self and into the past. It's kind of like you're dragging this corpse along with you. It's like it's
Can I
not.
absolutely.
share something with
Yeah.
you? I'm going to be candid with y'all.
Hmm.
If y'all are in the gym or walking in the park or whatever you're doing, I'm going to be very candid with you. Nobody is worried about y'all at the gym. They are worried about themselves. They are really, literally worried about themselves. They don't go there to, do whatever you think as far as like maybe staring or criticizing and stuff like that. People might glance. Come on, people might glance, but they are preoccupied with themselves. I know I am. I'm very preoccupied with myself. I'm not
Yeah.
there to entertain or support other people in that capacity, right? They're
Hmm.
worried about themselves, their own looks, their own steps, and yada, yada, yada. It's
Yeah.
us thinking that they're looking at us or judging us. That's
Yeah.
I
that's where.
guess I guess we're our own worst enemy, or for me
Yeah.
anyway. If I was to go to a gym and try doing some of the workouts, I'm uncoordinated. I have so much loose skin that doesn't make it easy for me to do a lot of the movements that other people do. So I just feel like I'm, yeah, flailing. And so because I don't look as graceful or I'm not able to do all these things, then I feel inadequate. And then I feel like I'm a failure because I can't do that stuff. And so I don't want to put myself in that position because then,
And
yeah,
you're
it's
having your
just,
skin surgery next month.
oh, well, that's, yeah, one part, but there's still
Yeah.
lots of more issues. Yeah.
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 So can I tell you that there are so many kind people at the gym? You never know who you are motivating, Lindy and Lynn, just by being present, by walking, by sharing your story. It's not all virtual. People in real life admire you, me, and the next person. You could be inspiring someone because you might be reminding them of their mom or their sister or aunt, and they could be wishing that that person was there. And sometimes you have to ask for help, and they are your fans. They become your fans,
Yeah.
honestly. Because when I play dumb, all the boys come to the yard, you know. But seriously, there are some beautiful people, some beautiful souls in the gym. There really are.
Mm.
It's okay.
I'm never
It's
not saying I'm never going to go to a gym, but right now I don't think I'm mentally there. So if I can get
that's
myself to
fine.
a point where I feel comfortable to just to wear tracksuit pants, like I don't know what you call them, just track pants or whatever. I can't wear them now. So what do I go to my skirt and my feet hurt when I put sneakers on because they blow up with my lymphedema, and then my feet go numb, and then I have to sit down because they wriggle my toes so that they things like that I just find difficult. So it's really uncomfortable for me to exercise. And but once I get past that and I'm able to wear sneakers for a long time and I can pull up some pants and not have my tummy in the way, I probably will feel a bit more comfortable to go out in public and do these things.
And
But right now,
remind me,
mm,
how many pounds of skin did the doctor say they're going to be removing?
21 from my tummy.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's going to make a difference. And then hopefully down the line, will you have like legs or arms done?
Well, I'm hoping, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So we'll have to see how we go.
yeah,
Mm. But the tummy's going to
so
be a big one. So,
yeah.
yeah, it'll give me a lot more. I'll be able to move a lot more without having this mass in front of me. So, yeah.
Well, I think that for maybe having us start with daily accountability with each other would be a really good start, um because we I think we're going to see benefits if we make sure that we hold each other accountable, and and be realistic, like Rose said, just don't try to do it all at once, increase the natural
Mm.
movement during the day. And I'm anxious to see what happens, just applying some of these principles and see, and having to get in my mind, and I'm probably gonna have to write this somewhere and post it somewhere, not to wait for the motivation.
Right.
And yes, and also be like, was it Lizzie? Here we go. Yeah,
crying
Lizzie.
while you're putting on the shoes.
Crying while you're putting your shoes on.
That's funny.
That's me for sure.
I'm gonna I'm gonna remember that. I really am, because that's gonna be
Yeah. Lizzie's my inspiration now. I'll be
right.
thinking of you, Lizzie, while I'm putting my
Lizzie,
sneakers on. Like, if Lizzie can do it, I can do
that's
it.
right. If she can do it, if she can cry while she's putting her shoes on, and then
Yeah.
every single time too. It's like, isn't that amazing how our brains work, right? It's like
Mhm.
you can be like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. And then you do it and you feel good and you're glad. And then the next day it's kind of like starting all over again. Does
Yeah.
does it ever get better?
Well, for me, it was never a problem just
Yeah.
because I was addicted from day one. You know what I'm saying? But if you know that you're investing, like you said, in your future self and you look at it that way, the payoff will come, just not today. But just
Yeah.
keep doing the small incremental steps to get you to where you want to be in 3 years or 5 years or whatever it is.
Yeah. And for Lindy, since Lindy is so into like caring for, being compassionate and thoughtful of her family, maybe what you need is to get the age advanced future pictures of your daughters when they're maybe in their 50s, and say, I'm doing this for them so that they're going to be in their 50s and they're not going to have to be taking care of me. And
Yeah.
so that might be even more motivating for you to see their older self
Mhm.
Yeah.
and doing it for
Well,
them.
I lost my mum when she was 50. She died at 56. I'm 53 now.
Hmm.
So 3 years, and my kids are the same age as I was at the time. So
Wow.
that is a really big thing for me. I want to outlive my mum for
Oh,
my
yeah.
girls because
Yeah.
I can, they're going to be in the same boat if anything happens to me.
Yeah.
And I can't afford to do that, especially with Catherine, and she's lost her sight now. She's officially blind. She needs a mum, and I
Yeah.
I
Her
need
oldest,
to be for
yeah,
her.
Lindy's oldest daughter, type 1 diabetes, has this past year, that's been the big challenge, right? She's lost her
Yeah,
eyesight.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
blind, so yeah,
Yeah.
lost
And
total
amazing.
vision.
Everything I'm hearing
Mm,
is she's amazing because she owns a very successful flower shop and she's still running it.
Wow.
And yeah. But you're helping her still, right? You're going and helping.
yeah, she's got an amazing team, an
Yeah.
amazing team. Yeah,
Yeah.
very supportive.
Yeah. Good. Well, we're gonna do this. It is
Yes.
going, we will be successful. And we have had so many of, like, ups and downs. But one of the things that Lindy and I always say is that the biggest thing is to never quit.
Yes.
Yes,
So you
because
guys have kept going regardless, and
yeah,
hopefully, when you guys didn't meet whatever your quota or expectations were, you learned in that it's never a failure. Anything that you guys do is never a failure. It's an opportunity to learn what worked for you and what didn't, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And we've been trying to sort of change up the routines and things that we do each month. And if it's too hard, we get something a little bit easier that we can
Yeah.
still push ourselves a little bit, but it's not yet. Sometimes mentally we're like, oh, we can do this. This is really,
And then
and
we
yeah,
find out.
bodies are not quite there yet.
Yeah.
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 So what I'm hearing you guys both say is that you're going to hold each other accountable a little more closely versus the once a week. And then you guys will be doing a little bit of micro workouts or micro walks
Mhm.
instead
Yeah.
of one.
That's the
Okay.
plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah. And for me, the next 2 weeks is not going to be my typical routine. So it might be easier for me because I'm going to be down in Arizona. I'm assuming it's not going to be raining like it is up here in Washington. So I'm going to be out doing things. So I'm going to have a easier time with,
Yes.
with that. Um, and so I'll be checking in. I'm pretty sure that this time will work for me in Arizona next week, and then the following week I'll be back home. But yeah, so for me, I'm going to have two different states I'm working in. So when I get back to Washington, that's when I'm going to have to be using the walking pad if it's raining, or just
I
go out
hear
and get
you.
wet. Yeah, yeah,
Go out
yeah.
and get wet, get some
Yeah,
fresh air.
it's fresh air, exactly.
Uh,
If you live in Washington, you definitely can't be afraid of getting wet.
right, right.
So
Well, I want to
awesome.
say thank you to both of you ladies for having me join you in this conversation today. And it was wonderful getting the opportunity to know you, Miss Lindy. Yes.
Thank you. Sorry about the tears. I'm an emotional
Oh,
person.
girl,
Yeah,
don't
but no, you've been
apologize.
amazing.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
no need to apologize. It's good and healthy. I
Mm,
always see tears as you are releasing something that needed to be released. That's why the tears come so quickly because it's right there on
yeah.
the surface, brimming, waiting to be let out.
Mm,
Yeah.
keeping it raw. Yeah, it's very raw, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's good. I learned from it anyway. Feel good.
Yeah.
Motivated. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Well, I'm excited for 2025 and to see where we are by the end of the year and all the changes that are going to take place. And I'm so happy that Rose was able to come. And we are planning, Healing Humanity is planning a Washington State meetup for June,
Oh my
June
goodness.
7th.
Oh, June
We have a
7th.
we have a date.
Is
So
that on a weekday or a
it
weekend?
is a Saturday.
Oh, okay. I can put it on my calendar then.
Put it
Okay.
on your calendar. Yes, absolutely. So we don't have a confirmed venue yet, but we definitely have a confirmed date. It's based around Dr. Baker's availability because we're going to be doing some more filming with him as well. But we're starting to line up guests. I'm hoping that Rose will be able to come and hopefully share her story and
Girl, of
during the
course I
day.
will. I'll come
Yeah.
to Linwood, Mill Creek, Bellingham. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just now starting the planning. So we're going to be reaching out and getting a whole lineup of presenters, and we're hoping it's going to be a big one, that it's going to be a full day event and
Wow.
kind of more like a mini conference. So
Beautiful.
Well, we
yeah,
need it here in the Pacific Northwest. We need it.
we do. There's a lot of vegetarians here.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyways, good. Well, thank
Okay.
you
I
so
will
much.
mark my calendar. Yes.
Yes, definitely put on your calendar. So thank you so much. Let's see, we got just a couple more comments here. Just excuse me. Focus on all you can do, Lindy. You have come a long way. Be proud of all the changes you have made. Absolutely.
I am. Thank you.
Yes. The Simpson says it's been great. I would offer myself if you need someone to keep yourself accountable. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys for being here. Yes. Have a blessed carnivore year. Absolutely. Yes, very good. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Happy New Year. Get your fitness goals out and show yourself grace, but do something natural movement every day.
Yes.
There you
Great.
go. Well said.
All right.
Okay.